In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the especially merciful. My dear brothers and sisters, every single one of us has faced moments in life where things did not go according to our plans. We made dua, we cried in sujood, we hoped for something so badly, yet it did not happen the way we wanted. And in those quiet moments, a question begins to form in the heart, why? But today, I want to remind you of something powerful, something that can change the way you see your entire life. Have faith in what Allah has planned for you. You see, Allah's knowledge is infinite while ours is extremely limited. We see only today, maybe tomorrow. But Allah sees your past, your present, and your future all at once. He knows what would have broken you, what would have distracted you, and what would have taken you away from Him. Sometimes, what you wanted was actually not good for you. And sometimes, what hurt you was actually protecting you. Reflect on this. How many times in your life did you desperately want something and later realize that not getting it was actually a blessing? That is Allah's mercy working in ways you didn't even notice at the time. My dear brothers and sisters, delays in your life are not punishments. They are not signs that Allah has abandoned you. Rather, they are a sign that Allah is preparing something better for you, something greater than what you asked for. A seed does not grow overnight. It is buried in darkness first. It takes time, patience, and unseen processes before it finally blossoms. Similarly, your duas are not ignored. They are being nurtured in ways you cannot see. So when things are delayed, don't lose hope. When doors close, don't lose trust. Because Allah knows the right time, the right place, and the right outcome for you. And remember this, every hardship you face carries within it a hidden mercy. Every tear you shed, Allah is aware of it. Every pain you feel, it is counted. Nothing goes unnoticed. Perhaps Allah is drawing you closer to Him through that hardship. Perhaps He is purifying your heart. Perhaps He is raising your rank in a way that ease never could. So do not judge your life based only on what you see. There is always more happening behind the scenes. My dear brothers and sisters, your destiny is not random. It is written with perfect precision by the one who loves you more than anyone else ever could. What is meant for you will never miss you. And what misses you was never meant for you. So trust Him. Even when you don't understand, even when it hurts, even when everything seems uncertain. Hold on to your faith. Because Allah's plan is always better than your expectations. Keep making dawah, keep striving, keep believing, and know that one day everything will make sense. One day you will look back and realize that every delay, every hardship, every unanswered dua was actually guiding you exactly to where you were meant to be. So have faith, not in what you see, but in what Allah has planned for you. And that is more than enough, my dear brothers and sisters. One of the greatest struggles of the human heart is accepting what it does not understand. We are created with emotions, with desires, with hopes and expectations. We plan, we dream, we visualize our future in a certain way, and we become attached to those plans. But the reality of life is that not everything unfolds according to what we imagine. And this is exactly where faith is tested. Not when everything is going your way, but when it is not. You see, Allah's wisdom is far beyond human comprehension. We operate within limits. We see what is in front of us. We judge based on what we feel. And we often assume that what we want must be what is best for us. But Allah, the one who created you, knows you better than you know yourself. He knows what your heart can handle, what your future holds, and what consequences lie behind every path you wish to take. Sometimes you ask for something with complete conviction, believing it will bring you happiness. You make dua for it repeatedly, you think about it constantly, and you feel that your life will only be complete once you have it. But Allah, in His infinite knowledge, sees what you cannot see. He knows that if you were given that very thing, it might lead you to pain, regret, or even distance from Him. So out of His mercy, He withholds it. Now think about that for a moment. What you perceive as a rejection may actually be divine protection. And this is not easy to accept. The heart aches, the mind questions, and sometimes you may even feel confused. But true faith is to trust Allah even when the picture is unclear. It is to believe that there is wisdom behind every outcome, even if that wisdom is hidden from you. Consider a child who wants something harmful. The child cries, insists, and cannot understand why the parent refuses. From the child's perspective, it feels unfair. But the parent knows better. The refusal is not out of cruelty, but out of care and protection. Now imagine for a moment the difference between human understanding and the knowledge of Allah. His wisdom is perfect, absolute, and never flawed. So when something does not go your way, remind yourself, Allah sees what I do not see. He knows what I do not know. And He cares for me in ways I cannot even imagine. There are moments in life when doors close unexpectedly, opportunities slip away, relationships end, plans fall apart. And in those moments, it is very easy to feel lost. But perhaps, just perhaps, those closed doors are redirecting you to something better. Perhaps the path you were so eager to walk on was never meant for you. And if you had walked on it, it could have led to greater loss. This is why trusting Allah's wisdom is not passive. It is an active state of the heart. It requires you to constantly remind yourself that Allah is Al-Hakim, the most wise, that nothing happens without purpose. That every delay, every denial, every redirection carries meaning, even if you cannot immediately grasp it. And the beauty of this trust is that it brings peace. When you truly believe that Allah is in control and that His plans are better than yours, you begin to let go of anxiety. You stop overthinking every outcome. You stop questioning every twist and turn in your journey. Instead, you learn to say, if this is what Allah has chosen for me, then there must be good in it. This does not mean you will never feel sadness or disappointment. You are human, and those feelings are natural. But beneath those emotions, there is a deeper sense of calm, a quiet reassurance that you are being guided, even when you do not understand the direction. My dear brothers and sisters, faith is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting the one who has all the answers. It is about surrendering your limited understanding to the infinite wisdom of Allah. So the next time things do not go as planned, pause for a moment. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what is Allah teaching me through this? Instead of focusing on what you lost, reflect on what you might be protected from. Because one day the reality will become clear. One day the things that confused you will make sense, and you will realize that Allah's wisdom was guiding you all along, perfectly, precisely, and with a mercy that never left you even for a moment. So trust Him even when you do not understand. My dear brothers and sisters, one of the most difficult tests of faith is learning how to deal with delays. We live in a world where everything is fast. If you want something, you can order it instantly. If you need an answer, it appears within seconds. And slowly, without even realizing it, we begin to expect that everything in life should work the same way, including our du'as. You raise your hands, you ask Allah sincerely, you beg Him for something close to your heart. Days pass, weeks pass, sometimes even years go by, and nothing seems to change. And in those moments, Shaitan begins to whisper, making you feel as though your dua is not being heard, or that perhaps you are being overlooked. But this is far from the truth. Allah hears every single dua. Not a word escapes Him. Not a tear goes unnoticed. The delay you are experiencing is not because Allah is ignoring you. It is because Allah, in His infinite wisdom, knows that the timing is not right yet. You see, we often focus so much on what we want that we forget to consider when we are ready to receive it. Sometimes, if Allah were to give you exactly what you are asking for right now, it might overwhelm you. It might come with responsibilities you are not prepared for. It might even lead you to harm because you have not yet developed the strength, the patience, or the understanding needed to handle it. So Allah delays it, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Think of it like this. When a person plants a seed, they do not expect it to grow into a tree overnight. There is a process. The seed is placed into the soil, hidden beneath the surface, unseen. It goes through stages of growth that no one can observe. It takes time, nourishment, and the right conditions before it finally breaks through the ground and becomes visible. Your du'as are very simple. Allah, just because you do not see immediate results, does not mean nothing is happening. There are things unfolding behind the scenes. Allah is aligning circumstances, shaping your character, and placing everything exactly where it needs to be, so that when the time comes, what you receive will be better, more complete, and more beneficial than you ever imagined. Sometimes the delay itself is a gift, because during that waiting period, you turn to Allah more, you make more dua, you become more sincere. Your connection with Him strengthens in ways that might not have happened if your request was granted immediately. And perhaps that closeness to Allah is far greater than the thing you are asking for. There are also times when Allah delays something because He wants to give you something better. But if He were to give it to you too early, you might settle for less. So He holds it back, allowing you to grow, to learn, and to become the person who is ready to receive something greater. This is why patience is not just about waiting. It is about waiting with trust. It is about continuing to believe that Allah's timing is perfect, even when it does not match your expectations. My dear brothers and sisters, do not measure Allah's response to your dua based on how quickly you see results. Measure it based on your trust in Him, because Allah responds in different ways. Sometimes He gives you exactly what you ask for. Sometimes He delays it, and sometimes He replaces it with something far better. But in all cases, He responds with wisdom and mercy. When you begin to understand this, your perspective changes. You stop seeing delays as disappointments, and you start seeing them as part of a greater plan. You begin to realize that every moment of waiting is shaping you, strengthening you, and bringing you closer to where you are meant to be. So do not lose hope when things take time. Do not let impatience weaken your faith. Continue making dua, continue striving, and continue trusting. Because what Allah has written for you is already yours. It has your name on it. It cannot be taken by anyone else, and it will not miss you. It will come to you at the exact moment it is meant to come, not a second too early and not a second too late. And when it finally arrives, you will understand why it had to be delayed. You will see the wisdom behind the waiting, and you will realize that every moment of patience was worth it. So hold on, your delay is not a denial. It is preparation for something greater. My dear brothers and sisters, hardship is something no one asks for, no one plans for, and no one plans for, and no one truly feels ready to face. Yet it is a reality that touches every single one of us in different ways. Some face it through loss, others through disappointment, others through struggles that are known only to them and Allah. And when hardship comes, it shakes the heart. It makes you question. It makes you wonder. And sometimes it makes you wonder, and sometimes it makes you feel as though you are carrying more than you can bear. But here is a truth that brings light into even the darkest moments. No hardship comes without a purpose, and no pain is ever wasted in the sight of Allah. When you are going through a difficult time, it is very easy to focus only on what is hurting you. The mind becomes overwhelmed, the heart feels heavy, and everything seems clouded by that one struggle. But what we often fail to see is that within that very hardship lies a hidden mercy, a mercy that may not be visible immediately, but is present nonetheless. Sometimes hardship comes to bring you closer to Allah. Think about it. In moments of ease, it is easy to become distracted. Life flows smoothly, and without realizing it, your connection with Allah may weaken. But when hardship strikes, something changes. You turn to Him with sincerity. Your duas become deeper, your qalbam softens, your reliance on Allah increases. You begin to seek Him not just out of routine, but out of genuine need. And that connection, that closeness to Allah is one of the greatest forms of mercy you can ever experience. At other times, hardship comes as a means of purification. Every difficulty you face, every pain you endure, every tear that falls, it is not meaningless. It is a means through which Allah cleanses you, removes your sins, and elevates your status. Even something as small as a worry or a moment of sadness does not go unrewarded. So while you may see pain, Allah sees purification. While you feel lost, Allah is granting you something far greater in return. There are also hardships that come to teach you lessons you could not have learned any other way. There are strengths within you that you may never discover unless you are placed in a situation that requires you to rise above your comfort. There are levels of patience, resilience, and trust that only hardship can bring out. Sometimes what feels like a breaking point is actually a turning point, and then there are moments when hardship is actually a form of protection. You may lose something you loved, and it hurts deeply. You may be turned away from an opportunity you desperately wanted. But what if that loss was saving you from something worse? What if that closed door was preventing a future pain that you cannot yet see? Allah's mercy does not always come in the form you expect. Sometimes it comes disguised as a test. My dear brothers and sisters, this is why perspective matters. If you only look at hardship from the surface, you will see pain, difficulty, and struggle. But if you look deeper, with the lens of faith, you will begin to see wisdom, growth, and mercy hidden within it. This does not mean the pain disappears. It does not mean the struggle becomes easy. But it changes how you carry it. It gives you strength, knowing that there is meaning behind what you are going through. And remember this, Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. If you are facing a hardship, it is because Allah knows you have the strength to get through it, even if you do not feel that strength within yourself right now. Sometimes you are stronger than you think, and hardship is what reveals that strength to you. So when you are tested, do not lose hope. Do not think that Allah has abandoned you. In fact, it may be the opposite. Maybe that Allah is selecting you for something greater, drawing you closer and preparing you for a level you could not have reached without this experience. Hold on to patience. Hold on to trust. And most importantly, hold on to your connection with Allah. Because one day, the hardship will pass. The pain will ease. And when you look back, you will begin to understand. You will see how that difficulty shaped you, how it strengthened your Iman, and how it brought you closer to Allah in ways you never imagined. And in that moment, you will realize that even in your darkest days, there was mercy, quiet, hidden, but always there. So never underestimate the purpose of your hardship. Within it lies a wisdom that only time will reveal. My dear brothers and sisters, one of the most comforting truths a believer can hold on to is that nothing in your life is random. Absolutely nothing. Every moment you have lived, every situation you are currently facing, and every outcome that is yet to come has already been written by Allah with perfect knowledge, perfect wisdom, and perfect precision. Before you were even born, before you took your first breath, your rizqan was written, your lifespan was written, your tests were written, your ease was written, and every path you would walk was already known by Allah. This is not something to make you feel restricted. Rather, it is something to fill your heart with peace. Because it means that your life is not chaotic. It is not out of control. And it is not out of control, and it is not left to chance. It is carefully designed by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Sometimes we look at others and wonder why their lives seem easier, why they have what we do not, or why our journey feels more difficult. But what we forget is that each person has a completely different story written for them. Your test is unique to you. Your blessings are tailored specifically for you. And what is meant for you cannot be given to someone else, just as what is meant for someone else cannot be taken by you. This understanding removes a lot of the anxiety we carry. Because when you truly believe that your destiny is written, you stop competing in unhealthy ways. You stop comparing your timeline with others. You stop feeling as though you are falling behind in life. Instead, you begin to walk your path with a sense of calm, knowing that everything will come to you at the time it has been decreed for you. And this is where trust becomes essential. Because there will be moments when what is written for you does not align with what you hoped for. There will be times when things happen that you did not expect, situations that you did not plan for, and outcomes that you struggle to accept. But even then, you remind yourself that Allah does not make mistakes. If something has entered your life, it is because it was meant to be there. And if something has left your life, it is because it was never meant to stay. Think about how many times you worried about something that never actually happened. How many times you feared an outcome that Allah protected you from. How many times things went differently than you planned, yet later you realized that it worked out in a way that was better for you. This is the beauty of divine decree. This is the beauty of divine decree. It unfolds in ways that you may not immediately understand, but over time its perfection becomes clear. My dear brothers and sisters, when you accept that your destiny is written with precision, you begin to let go of excessive worry. You still make effort, you still plan, and you still strive for what is good. Islam does not teach us to sit back and do nothing. But alongside your effort, there is a deep reliance on Allah. You do your part and you leave the rest to Him. Because no matter how much you try to control every detail of your life, there are things that are beyond your control. And that is not a weakness. It is a reminder that you are human and Allah is in control. What is truly meant for you will find its way to you, even if the entire world seems to stand in its way. And what is not meant for you will never reach you, even if you chase it with all your strength. So do not exhaust yourself trying to force things that are not written for you. And do not lose hope over things that have not yet arrived. Everything is coming at its appointed time. And when something does come into your life, receive it with gratitude. Recognize it as a blessing from Allah. And when something is taken away, accept it with patience, knowing that Allah is the one who gives and the one who takes, and He does so with wisdom. There is a deep sense of freedom in surrendering to Allah's plan. It does not mean you will never feel pain or disappointment. But it means that those feelings will not break you, because beneath them there is a firm belief that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And one day when you look back at your life, you will see how every piece fit together. The moments that confused you, the paths that changed unexpectedly, the delays that frustrated you, all of it will make sense. You will see the precision in Allah's plan, the care in His decisions, and the mercy in His decree. So walk through life with trust in your heart. Know that you are not lost, you are not forgotten, and you are not alone. Your story is being written by the best of planners, and that is more than enough to give you peace. My dear brothers and sisters, as we come to the end, let us remind ourselves of one powerful truth. Your life is not in your hands alone. It is in the hands of Allah, the most wise, the most merciful. So have faith in what Allah has planned for you. When things don't make sense, trust His wisdom. When your du'as are delayed, trust His timing. When hardship enters your life, trust that there is mercy hidden within it. And when life takes a direction you did not expect, trust that your destiny is being written with perfect precision. You are not forgotten, you are not neglected, and you are certainly not alone. Every tear you have shed, Allah has seen it. Every silent prayer you have made, Allah has heard it. Every moment of patience you have shown, Allah has recorded it. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will go to waste. So walk forward with hope in your heart. Continue making dua. Continue striving and continue believing that what lies ahead is better than what you have left behind. Because when you place your trust in Allah, you will come to realize that His plan was never against you. It was always for you. And one day, sooner or later, you will look back and say with full conviction, indeed, Allah knew what I did not know. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.